Welcome to this explainer. We have all been exactly there, right? You sit down, you get everything set up perfectly, you hit play on a sound test, and you are met with absolute infuriating silence. Or maybe the sound is incredibly weak, or it's coming out of the completely wrong speaker. It is a universal tech frustration that can literally instantly derail your day. But today, our goal is to completely demystify audio troubleshooting. We're going to break down exactly what goes wrong behind the scenes, and more importantly, how you can fix it quickly and confidently. Okay, let's dive into this. On our agenda today, we're covering when the sound fails, fixing total audio silence, one-sided sound issues, advanced no-sound solutions, and finally, fixing delay and echo. I promise, this diagnostic menu will help you pinpoint your exact symptom. Section 1. When the sound fails. And hey, there is absolutely no need to panic here. When your audio suddenly cuts out or just feels incredibly weak, your hardware is probably perfectly fine. I actually love this quote directly from our source material because it's just so comforting. It says most issues come from simple connections or system settings. So the fix? It's almost always right at your fingertips. You don't need a soldering iron or a degree in computer engineering to get your sound back. You really just need a structured approach to checking your setup. Section 2. Fixing total audio silence. Let's tackle that absolute silence. So, are you staring at your screen asking yourself, why didn't I hear anything when clicking left or right? Well, you are exactly where you need to be. A failed sound test completely messes with your head, right? It leaves you wondering if your expensive headphones just randomly died. Let's walk through the immediate triage steps. First things first, check your connections. Are the headphones actually plugged in all the way, or is your Bluetooth successfully paired? Second, verify your OS sound output settings, whether you're on Windows or Mac OS, just to ensure the correct playback device is actually selected. Third, and please do not get mad at me for this one, turn off mute. I know, we have to rule out the obvious, but honestly, sometimes the system or an in-app volume is just muted. Check both your OS volume and those physical external speaker dials. Finally, just refresh the browser page. Sometimes browser permissions reset or audio devices just load incorrectly. Now, if you've done all that and you're still hearing crickets, we use the divide and conquer method. Try a test sound on your computer using a completely different website, like a YouTube video. If YouTube plays sound just fine but your test website doesn't, boom, you know the problem is isolated to that specific page or its browser permissions. If neither works, well, that quickly confirms the issue is a bit deeper in your device's audio system. Section 3. One-sided sound issues. Let's work on restoring that balance. So, hearing sound in only one ear? This is a classic stereo sound test problem. It is incredibly distracting to have lopsided audio, but thankfully, this one is usually very easy to fix once you know exactly where to look. Let's go through a quick physical and digital checklist to restore that balance. First, ensure both speakers or earbuds are fully connected. If you have wired speakers, make sure those right and left connectors are pushed securely into their proper color-coded ports. Second, if you're using Bluetooth, simply repair the device. Sometimes one channel just totally fails to sync during that initial handshake. Third, if you're on a Windows machine, dive into your sound settings and check the balance slider. Make sure both left and right are set equally. You would be shocked at how often a random software glitch just slides one of these all the way down to zero. Now, what's really interesting about this hardware trick is how easy it is to diagnose things. If you test with another audio cable and the problem is still there, try swapping the left and right cables. If the sound flips to the other side, congratulations, you've just diagnosed a speaker polarity problem. That simply means the wires are reversed. By physically swapping the orientation of those wires, you fix the hardware issue entirely. Pretty neat, right? Section 4. Advanced no-sound solutions. For when you're dealing with stubborn silence? So the crucial point is this. According to our sources, outdated or missing drivers cause a massive 80% of no sound cases on Windows machines. Think about that. If your hardware is plugged in and your volume is definitely up, but it's still dead silent, this is your prime suspect. Let's demystify this for a second. An audio driver is really just the software that tells your computer how to talk to your audio hardware. You absolutely do not need an IT degree to handle this. Updating or reinstalling your audio driver fixes most of these stubborn bugs. And hey, if you're an audiophile using an external sound card or a DAC, just check for firmware updates from the manufacturer. It acts exactly the same way. Finally, rebooting your computer or phone resets any stuck audio sessions or permissions tied to those drivers. It's the ultimate turn it off and back on again fix. As a final advanced test,
try playing a local MP3 file right from your desktop and compare that to the website sound test. Sometimes browser privacy extensions in Chrome, Edge, or Firefox actually block audio permissions on websites behind the scenes. But if a local MP3 file won't play either, you have effectively proved the problem is absolutely within the hardware or the system software, and not just some quirky browser issue. Section 5. Fixing delay and echo. It's time to tackle latency. To fix this, we need to quickly understand the why. These sound latency problems happen basically for two main reasons. Either your system is buffering way too much audio before playing it, which causes that annoying lag, or your microphone is picking up your speaker output and looping it right back into the system, which causes that unbearable echo. And this brilliantly illustrates just how many background things affect your audio. Here is your rapid-fire checklist for latency tweaks. First, close extra browser tabs using your mic or speakers. They create background conflicts. Second, disable audio enhancements or spatial sound in your window settings, because those add processing time. Third, if you're on a call, reduce your mic gain and lower the playback volume to kill those feedback loops. Fourth, for the gamers out there, update your surround sound driver or reset your Dolby Atmos configuration. And fifth, we have a vital isolation technique. If you are experiencing delay, temporarily switch from Bluetooth to a wired connection. Bluetooth inherently introduces some latency. It's just how the tech works. By plugging in a wire, you can immediately check if the delay you're experiencing is strictly a wireless connection issue or if your system itself is actually lagging. Let's see how this builds together. After making these adjustments, updating your drivers, or resetting your balances, go ahead and rerun the sound test tool. Your playback should now feel sharp, perfectly balanced across both channels, and completely in sync without even a hint of echo. We've covered the quick fixes, the hardware swapping, and the software driver updates. You now have a totally systematic way to tackle audio failures without panicking. So I leave you with this to think about. What simple step will you rule out first the next time your sound mysteriously fails? Keep these strategies in your back pocket, and you'll be back to crystal clear audio in no time at all. Thanks for joining me on this explainer.